The year is coming to an end, and although the calendar shows that many new days, opportunities, and decisions lie ahead, it is right now and in the final 30 days that far more is decided than most people realize. Most consider December a month to relax, let go, and give themselves permission not to change anything until January. They tell themselves, I'll start next year. Let this be a matter for future me, or it's too late to fix anything now. But the truth is, if a person cannot take control of the last 30 days of the year, they will not be able to take control of the next 365. The state in which you end the year almost always determines the state in which you will start it. The last days of the year are not just a point after which a new countdown begins. They are a mirror. They reflect your character, your discipline, your honesty with yourself, and the strength of your decisions. That is why December is not a time to pause, but a time to reset. Not to deceive yourself with beautiful lists of goals, but to genuinely look at your life and answer honestly, why did this year unfold the way it did? What did I allow myself to do? And what did I allow myself not to do? What patterns did I repeat year after year, even though they held me back? Looking back at the past year, one pattern becomes clear. It rarely improves on its own. Only what you work on consciously improves. Most people live the year on autopilot. They set goals but do not create systems. They want new results but continue to live with old thinking. They desire change but avoid discomfort. That is why February looks like January, May looks like February, August looks like May, and December looks like the whole year. The same habits, the same distractions, the same reactions, the same fears. And when you ask them why their life hasn't changed, they say, there wasn't enough time. But here's what I want you to hear. 30 days is not too little. It is enough to change direction, and direction is always more important than speed. 30 days is not about becoming a super version of yourself. It is about stopping the repetition of your worst version. In 30 days, you can restructure your mindset, raise your standards, instill discipline, remove the unnecessary, and take the first steps toward becoming the person you want to be in 2026. This is not a magical period. It is practical. It is long enough to change your behavior system and short enough to prevent complacency. 30 days is the ideal period to reclaim control over yourself. But first, you need to conduct an honest audit of your life, one that most people don't do for years. Ask yourself, where is my time going? Not what I think, but what is actually happening. How many hours do I waste on my phone? On meaningless content? On conversations that give nothing? On people who drain energy? On habits that weaken me? People rarely notice how small leaks turn into large losses. Yet it is these leaks that form the year, and eventually life itself. Next, ask yourself, which habits are objectively holding me back? It could be procrastination, lack of routine, inability to finish what you start, emotional reactions that destabilize you, avoidance of difficult tasks, or trying to do too much at once. Until you see your weak points, you cannot build strength. People love setting new goals, but they hate clearing old clutter. Without clearing, moving forward is impossible. You cannot build a new structure on a place where the old, broken, and unremoved still stands. That is why in the next 30 days, you need not only to add something new, but also to remove the unnecessary. Eliminate what steals your energy, attention, and discipline. It could be extra noise, toxic relationships, disorder in your home or workspace, old projects you keep out of guilt, habits that weaken your body and mind. Sometimes improving life starts not by adding, but by simplifying. You don't have to change everything at once, but you must at least remove what clearly holds you back. Then choose one goal, not 5, not 10, one. The one that will objectively shift your 2026 trajectory. People fail not because their goals are too small, but because they try to pursue too many at once. The ability to focus is a superpower. If you choose one goal that determines your growth and dedicate 30 days of preparation to it, your new year will begin with a completely different level of clarity. But choosing a goal is only the beginning. To stay on track, you need a system, and that system is formed through daily rituals. Not pretty words, but real actions that create stability. A morning ritual to start the day intentionally, not chaotically. An evening ritual to review the day honestly and adjust tomorrow's plan. A ritual of doing one difficult task to break procrastination. A 30-minute learning ritual to refresh your mind. A movement ritual to energize your body. A quiet ritual without your phone to regain focus. A gratitude ritual to stabilize your state. And a daily simplification ritual. Remove one unnecessary thing or commitment each day. These actions don't require hours, they require honesty. And in 30 days, they can completely transform your inner state. For this period to truly matter, you need to understand what is really stopping you from moving forward. And most often it is not laziness, lack of ability, or bad luck. The real reason is fear. Fear of failure, fear of disappointing yourself, fear of trying and seeing no results, fear of slipping again. But this is precisely what you must overcome. Fear is not a stop signal. It is a compass. It shows where you need to work. Everything you want to achieve in 2026 is outside your comfort zone, and that is exactly why you don't have it yet. If you want to enter the new year as an upgraded version of yourself, divide these 30 days into 4 stages. The first 5 days, dedicate to clearing your space, environment, schedule, and digital clutter. This will create clarity. The next 5, establish small disciplines that form a foundation. Then 10 days, work on the system related to your single main goal. In the last 10, turn your new behaviors into a part of your identity. This is the most important stage. It's not about actions, it's about the internal experience. It's the shift from "I'm trying to become someone else" to "I already live as the person who achieves more." Identity determines direction, habits maintain it, actions accelerate it. When people give up, it is rarely because they are tired. It is because their focus was scattered and their standards too low. But now you have a chance to do the opposite. Raise your standards and narrow your focus. Stop jumping between 10 tasks and focus on one. Stop waiting for January and use December. Stop building illusions and deal with reality. If you move in this direction, in 30 days, you will feel real change. Not just in behavior, but in your self-perception. And that is the strongest foundation. You don't need to become perfect. You don't need to do everything. You don't need to radically change your life in 1 month. All you need is to prove to yourself that you are capable of consistency, that you can finish what you start, that you can choose yourself over your weaknesses, because this ability will determine what kind of 2026 you will have. 2026 will not improve on its own. It will improve only if you improve. And if you want to start the new year not from zero, but from a solid foundation, use these 30 days. Not to burn out trying to change everything at once, but to set a new direction. The cleaner your mind, the higher your standards, the stronger your discipline, the more powerfully you will enter the next year. If you ignore this period, 2026 will be a repetition of the past. But if you use it correctly, the new year will begin not with hopes, but with strength, not with promises, but with action, not with chaos, but with clarity. These 30 days are your chance to show yourself that you are no longer going to live by inertia. This is your chance to break free from old patterns, old reactions, old habits. This is your chance to build a new version of yourself. Not perfect, but strong and honest. No one will come to save your life. No one will start it for you. No one will give you a magical start in 2026. But you have what all great people have. The last 30 days, capable of changing everything. Whether you use them or let them pass again is up to you. But remember one thing, time does not wait. And if you do not start right now in January, you will be the same person staring at the calendar, asking, where did it all go?